This video is going to be a little bit different because today I'm going to encourage you to be creative with the digital stuff you already have. Hi, I'm artist, DJ, and author Michael Joseph, and if you've watched any of my videos, I do a lot of encouraging, and today I want to take it in a slightly different direction and encourage you to be creative with some of the digital stuff you already have. Now, I do a lot of stuff with photo and video, and that's what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover some of the hardware, but more specifically, the apps I use with those hardware to do all the different creative stuff I do with photo and videos. Now, let's start with the beginning. Most of the recording I do with my phone, which is the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It is Android, so a lot of the stuff I'll be talking today is Android related, but it kind of can go both with Apple or Android. But that's what I use. I love the whole Galaxy line. I use a lot of Galaxy stuff, and I think their stuff is incredible, but we're going to be talking about some of the other stuff too. So most of my filming is done with the Galaxy S24 Ultra, but I also do some filming with two other cameras. So it's done with one of three cameras. So it's either the Galaxy S24 Ultra, it's this little bad boy right here. This is the Hover Air X1, and if you watched my video from a few weeks ago called Don't Quit, and the camera was walking away from me, that's what this was. It was this is an automated drone that does a lot of stuff automated, so that all I did was set it to dolly in front of me, I walked, it recorded, and that was pretty much it. So a lot of stuff's done with this little tiny little drone sort of thing, I guess you would call it. Some people call it a selfie camera or a flying camera, but it is the Hover Air X1. And the other one I work with a lot is this little thing. This is the Insta360 Go 3, and it's kind of like a GoPro, but it's a little bit more than a GoPro. So it works in the same function as GoPro with the screen on the back, but this one has a screen that flips up. So if you want to record yourself, you can see. But the other trick that this does, and this is what I use this for a lot, is you press this button right here, and the camera part comes off. So you can be filming something with this and watching it right there. This has a magnet on the back so you can stick it to things, or you can do the little PAL thing to do a POV. But the cool thing about this is the fact that you can have a camera over there stuck by itself, and you can stop and start and view your view from this. So those three are all I use for filming. You use the Galaxy S24 Ultra, the Hover Air X1, and the Insta360 Go 3 is my only cameras that I use for anything. With the Hover Air X1 and the Insta360 Go 3, each one of those has its own app that it kind of works with. You do recording, and you do special things with those apps. And besides those, I use some other stuff, but I just wanted to put that out there first, that those two pieces of hardware do have their own apps that they work with, that you can do some amazing things. In the future, I will cover all of that. But right now, we're just going to be talking about the stuff that you do with your phone, because that's what I want to encourage you. The equipment that you already have, you can do a lot with. Now, with the Samsung, there is a lot of great apps that come with it. The stock apps for video and photography on that are incredible. They have a pro app also, and a pro video, and an expert raw that have a lot of little extra stuff that you can do manual stuff with, like you would do with like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. A lot of custom little tiny adjustments, including a digital ND filter, which I think is kind of crazy coming from the hardware world years ago, and that. But with the stock apps, those are all stock apps that come with it, with the Galaxy, and I really like those. But if you don't want to use that, there are other things to use. Like today, for one thing that the stock apps I think work well at is that I'm using the camera. This is what I'm using today, is the Galaxy to record, and I'm using the front-facing camera, the selfie camera, and I have it on portrait mode, so that's why we get the nice little blur or bokeh in the background with that. But if you don't like the stock app that comes with your camera, and a lot of those are automated, you want to do some special stuff, there are two other apps that I recommend that I think are really good, and they are let you do a lot of stuff with them. So just like the Galaxy has the Pro Mode, the Pro Video, and the Expert Raw, there's one that's been around for a while and one that just came to Galaxy recently. So the other two apps that you can do a lot of manual stuff with is Open Camera, and if you know anything about Android side of things, that's been around for a long, long time. But the other one that we just got recently that Apple's had for the longest time is the Blackmagic camera app, and it is incredible also. Both of those let you do a lot of detailed stuff like you can't even imagine. So if you don't like the stock apps that your phone uses to do recording, Open Camera and Blackmagic camera app both are incredible to do both video and photography with. So you might want to check those out. But now when it comes to editing videos and photo, we kind of take this a little different direction. Now, since like the early 2000s, something like that, I have used exclusively Adobe Premiere and Adobe Premiere Elements. Now, Elements is just a smaller version of Adobe Premiere. It's just a lighter program, and I kind of like them both. But a while back, I tried CapCut for the first time to edit video, and that's all that I use now. So everything you see me using nowadays is CapCut and nothing else. I also believe that the free version of CapCut that you can use is good enough. I have the paid version. I like that. Again, this is part of my business, so I use it as a write-off. But that in itself, in the free version, is something you can use. So you can use your own phone, you can use your own apps, and you can use free version of editing things like CapCut. I think it's amazing. Now, photo editing on the other side, I'm kind of in between two things. Now, first off, the stock editing for Galaxy is great for both photo and video. But Galaxy also has a thing called Galaxy Enhance X, and it's kind of like an AI program that helps a lot of stuff with your footage and your pictures and stuff like that, and I recommend that. But also, there is another thing that came along with CapCut that they're starting to do now. They put out an app called Hypic, Hypic, and I think it's pretty amazing. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But it does photo editing. It's incredible. Now, I've used Adobe Lightroom for years. I have a subscription to it. I love it. But this fall, when my Adobe Lightroom photo editing app subscription's up, I think I might switch completely to Hypic. So that means that I'm going to be dropping Adobe for video editing, and I'm going to be dropping Adobe for photo editing, and stick completely in the future with CapCut and Hypic. Now, again, both of those are apps, and CapCut does have a desktop version and stuff that you can use, but I do so much on my phone now that I'm getting to the point where I don't even think I'm going to be using a computer in the future. There's so much that I'm doing with that Android phone that I really don't know what the future is going to be like. But I can tell you right now that just using those few simple things on your phone, the stock video, the stock photography, you can get some free stuff. You can get the CapCut, you can get the Hypic, you can do all of those things, and you can be creative with the stuff that you have right now. And that's kind of what this video is about, to show you that all this stuff I do from my phone, and all of those are free apps that you can do these things with. And that's what I want to encourage you today, that if you want to be creative, start right now. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till the future. Do it now. Be creative with the stuff you have, and you'll be amazed at what you're able to accomplish with the stuff that's already in your hands. And that's about it for this video. I hope you guys liked it, and let me know if you want me to do more videos like this, because I do want to cover more of the hardware and some of the other apps that I use to be creative for drawing and all kinds of stuff, because I think that's a big part of this, is encouraging people to grab stuff that's in front of them and just start creating, because even if you're not going to be showing it to someone else, the little bits of creative stuff you do can go a long way. So as always, I want to encourage you to take care of yourself. And as this world has recently gotten a little bit crazier, I want to encourage you to look out for each other, to take care of each other. Until next time, take care of yourselves, each other, and God bless.